Hey, what's up, It's mikeyperion here and welcome back to another episode of Pro Mode Build Battle here in the Hypixel server. Tomorrow is the start of our Let's Play series and I'll be showcasing my single player game to give you more ideas about base designs and some redstone contraptions. On the other hand, Build Battle will be still on the channel and now let's play some Pro Mode. So without further ado, let's get started! Okay, we got Sewer, Jurassic, Bakery, Western, and Olympics. People are going for Jurassic. Okay, let's join them. But people are kind of moving to some other options, but let's see what they were. Okay, someone had just used his super vote. So, Jurassic. Okay, well, I have several ideas for Jurassic. The first time I had this team, of course, as always, we all do T-Rex. Of course, it's the most popular dinosaur. But for now, let's make a Pterodactyl. So, of course, Pterodactyl is flying dinosaur, lived during the Jurassic period. Okay, let's remove these blocks. Okay, so this is our starting point. So this will be like the mouth, or the snout, or the muzzle, or the beak. I don't know how it will be called for Pterodactyl. So just like that, is of course Pterodactyl has like pointed beak or muzzle and pointed head, something like that. So let's use red terracotta. So to emphasize that this is like the mouth or the tongue, just like that. And let's do the upper jaw or upper whatever it is. I'm not great in anatomy. Okay, let's maximize the space. Let's see. Okay, that's the end of the plot, and let's have more defined features of the head. Well, basically, just a very good tip for you guys. When you make your build, especially for like animals or dinosaurs or any organic build, you have to make the head really good because most of the people always look first in the head. Just like it's like a human instinct that you always look in the face or the head first. So same as for build battle. In order to impress the people, to have the first impression, always make your head of your build really looking good. So now we have the neck. So we're trying to transition to the body of the Pterodactyl. So of course on this part we are going to use Pro Tools. So now we're doing the frame. So at least we can set the coordinates. So maybe a little longer. Let's add more blocks. So select this and point A over here. So fill that with green terracotta. Okay, so just like that. And of course, we also wanted to make it like cylindrical. So let's do some crisscross. I don't know how it should be called, but yeah. So something like that. So now let's make the transition, or let's smoothen this part, the neck to the body, so at least it will look like it's connected. It's not really that blocky. So well, this hasn't to be like too symmetrical because of course this is an organic build. We want to make like the blocks as random as possible as it will look. So just like that. And also do it in the back over here. So this will be like the transition to the tail. So basically, yeah, Pro Tools, somehow if you used it, if you're trying to contour the shape, you have to imagine on how it will look like. So at least gradually the blocks will be like getting smaller or getting wider or getting bigger. So now let's spam blocks, go for the tail. So let's make it as as long as possible. Of course, you want to maximize the space. Let's add some little more, some more blocks over here. Spam blocks. So I think that looks good. So now let's start to make the legs. So basically, Pterodactyl have two legs, and I think the arms or the hands are like attached to the wings. So something like that. Okay. Well, of course, some of the builds aside from Pterodactyl, of course, I also do like T-Rex. That's actually the build I used to make when I started playing Pro Mode. So, well, who else haven't built T-Rex for Pro Mode players? So something like that. So looking good. Okay, I forgot something over here. All right, I have to make the head like the pointed. I don't know how it's called, but yeah, just add this detail in the head because that's how Pterodactyl look like. So I forgot it earlier, but yeah, there you go. So now let's start to make the wings. So let's start to make the frame of the wings over here. So let's try to maximize up to the endpoint, but we will also give some space for, you know, for the wings, for the end part of the frame. So something like this. We have like a little slant line over on this side until we reach the endpoint. Okay, so I think that's big enough. So of course we want to make this as massive as possible. That's the point of the build. So that's why it is advanced pterodactyl. Okay. Well, other builds that I did for Jurassic, I think a few times I built a Stegosaurus, which are actually like, you know, the dinosaurs were like something, have like a pointed, I don't know if that's like spikes or it's like a back plate on their back or on their spine. So what I know is something like most of the pictures that I saw for Stegosaurus is like they come in groups. So normally I do something like, you know, 3 replicas of one dinosaur that I built. So of course I use Pro Tools for that, just to look impressive and to, of course, to maximize the space as well. And what else did I build before? So just add more blocks here. I think I also built like a Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus. I don't know what it's called like, but well, that one is like the gigantic creature which has you know, a very long neck and tail, which normally eats on the trees. Something like they eat the leaves of the trees. They're like herbivores, so something like that. Well, now we are going to start using Pro Tools for the wings. So aside from the body, one good thing about Pro Tools that for this kind of build is to use them for the wings. But of course, we don't want them to look too flat. Of course, we have to do it segment by segment. So somehow we will like you know, have different levels of using the Pro Tools. So it's like segment by segment. Like here I have 3 levels because I use like 3 frames of the skeleton. I mean, just like the frame or the skeletal part of the dinosaur, just like this. So we'll just try to fill this up using Pro Tools, but not on one big time. So it has to be like segment by segment. So there's a curve over there. Let's fix this, and then it has to be here. Okay, just like that. So let's fill that with lime green terracotta. So basically, the technique here, we cannot use, we don't want to make the wings too flat, of course, but you know, somehow it has to be like a little random. But of course, with the help of Pro Tools, at least the some of the flat parts we can use, you know, fill tool just to fill blocks, just like this. So it's one technique that I can share to you for this episode. So what else? Okay, there you go. So, well, saying about Jurassic Park, I mean, talking about Jurassic Park, not Jurassic Park, but talking about Jurassic, I'm not gonna talk about Jurassic Park, the movie, but of course, well, what I can recall from learning school is something like a Jurassic is just a period, though, you know, something like, because there are things they're called like period and an era and an eon. Well, that's how I think the evolution works. So, and then something like, I think Jurassic period is something like around 100 to 200 million years ago, which is part of like that's, I think, Mesozoic era, which is under our current eon, or the geological time period, which is called like the Phanerozoic era, Phanerozoic, something like that. So well, well, we're on the different era, we're on the different period. I think that our period is called like quaternary period, but oh my god, sorry, I'm not a science class, I'm not here to teach you science, but I'm teaching you how to build this pterodactyl. Okay. Sorry about that, but I just get it away because I just, you know, something like my science classes has been brought back to my, you know, to my memory, something like that. Okay, of course, on this side, like what I also did, we still have we still have 1 minute. We have to hurry up a little because we still have one part over here. Well, it's actually, I think, quite quite in time, a little. So let's just fill these blocks over here. So yeah, like I told you guys, maybe about for emphasizing the build, the most important is actually the head, especially for organic build. For this part, you don't have to be that too detailed, but of course, the entirety of the build, you have to make it look, balanced. Because if you make your head so good, but the body or the wing part is too blocky or too flat, well, it's kind of little off. So, well, this is organic build. So last thing, before we forget, we have to change the plot. It's also an important thing because somehow it adds to the the vibe of your build. So we're almost done. We're actually done actually. So that looks good, I think. So now let's start voting. Okay, let's see. I don't get this one. I don't know why he's leaning forward, and I think there's no head. I don't know if it's like finished. I think it's not finished though. Sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, even the body's like it's a square. But I quite don't get it. Okay, this one looks like an ice cream truck though. Although this is like a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World reference because they have like fence. There's no dinosaurs. Maybe it's like a zoo, so sorry as well. Yeah, I cannot give you a good vote for this one. Yeah. All right, let's see next build. Okay, we got finally a dinosaur. This looks good. Let's see. I'm not sure what those are. I cannot see the eyes. I think it's not finished, but I like the torso part though. This looks really organic, but yeah, I can just give this a good, I think, for a buena mano. I don't know how to say that, but Okay, let's see next build. Okay, this is ours. This is the Pterodactyl, the giant Pterodactyl. Okay. Yeah, I mean below here, in the bottom here, looks good. Looks massive. It's not too too flat. At least somehow there's like a gradual inclination in the wings. Okay, we got a legendary. That's not expected, but thank you guys. All right, next build. This looks like a kiwi bird though, but sorry for criticizing. Okay, it's not really in that good shape, but just okay. Yeah, it doesn't have like arms, right? Yeah, just okay. Yeah, actually the head is really important. If you have like a good head but a bad shape in the body, something like somehow it compensates the what's deficient. And this one looks like a chicken. I don't know. It doesn't have big. I don't know what's the face though. But yeah, let's assume it's a dinosaur because yeah. Okay, it's just okay. I don't know. I don't want to give lower vote, but yeah. All right, so let's see. This looks quite funny though. He gets these shades or sunglasses. I don't know what this is though. Maybe it's a staff or a mic. I don't know. Yeah, let's give it a go. It's a little funny though. I like it. Yeah, it looks cool. Okay, let's see the next build. Okay, oh, it gets dark. Alright, you should not have turned off the lights. There's a basketball over there. Okay, yeah, yes, okay. Alright. Yeah, it's not really that big. It's not really that, it's just okay. Alright, plastic dino. Okay, that's the last build, so we won the game. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been mikeyperion, and I'll see you guys next time.